Hey, Teoscar, good to see you again. Last year, obviously, a lot of things went very well for you. Was there any point of the season where you felt that you were reaching a different level, and whether it was confidence or whether it was consistency? Was there any point in the season last year where you felt that you were really reaching a different level in your game?
Yes, it was. It was, I think, and the same week that I got hurt, I feel like everything was going pretty good. I feel really good, and I was uh, my at bats were different. I was feeling like I was on every pitch, and I was just seeing the ball better than ever.
What would you attribute that to? How did you get on every pitch, and why were you seeing the ball better last year than maybe earlier in your career?
I don't know. I think it was that I changed my plan. I think the new plan that I was put it on last year, that's what made the difference. And I think that's why my numbers went up, and my game playing is a little different now.
Good. Thanks, Teoscar.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Shai.
Hey, Teo, hope you had a good off season. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yesterday, Randall and Lourdes were talking a little bit about the off season and how you guys had a bit of conversation when some of was George signed, and there was talk about Brantley signing here. Just for yourself, how did you perceive things this off season, especially coming off such a strong breakout campaign for yourself?
Man, it was, I don't know. For me, it doesn't make any difference because I think that if they trying to do any move, is because they think we need it. And for me, I don't really pay too much attention to what they do in the off season. I just prepare myself for next season and try to do my job.
All right, and I mean, last year, I'm wondering, just there's going to be obviously there's 4 guys for 3 spots, plus lots of people needing DH. Last year when you were performing well, you knew for sure that you were going to be in the lineup the next day. Does the fact that at bats might be, how do you handle the fact that at bats might be a little bit more scarce or harder to get this year?
I don't think they're gonna get harder. If they have 4 outfield, they know what they're doing, and I feel like they're gonna do a pretty good job putting everybody every day into games to get a lot of at bats. It just, for me, I don't think there's gonna be anything different this year.
All right, thanks, Teo.
Go ahead, Keegan.
Hey, Teoscar, thanks for your time today, man. When you mentioned that change you made last year in your approach, what was that change? What were you doing differently, and how are you continuing that now?
It was a different plan. Before I swing a lot. I know last year my swing percentage, it was high, still high, but I took a lot of pitches, and that was change. I was putting a lot of effort on that and tried to take more pitches than I usually take, and trying to look for one spot on the strike zone, try to stay with it, and I think that was changed last year and made me better.
So what about going into this year? Is there one change that you're targeting, or something that you think can be the next step for you?
Nope. I'm just gonna try to do the same thing that I was doing last year and stay with it. I know this is a longer season. It's a regular season now, and I'm just gonna try to stay ready and try to stay with the same thing that I was doing last year.
All right, thanks, Teoscar.
Go ahead, Gregor.
Hey, Teoscar, thanks for doing this. That plan you're talking about, how did you go about kind of putting that together? Who were some of the people that you kind of leaned on during that process, and how How difficult was it to not, I mean, you're trying to increase your patience a little bit, but how difficult was it to kind of keep your aggressiveness at the plate, which you're known for at the same time?
I mean, it just I never realized that the things that I had, my skills, I never trusted, and I got some people that helped me, thinking that I'm a good player and I have a lot of skills. I just don't realize that at that point, I can do all the things that I do last year, and Guillermo helped me a lot. Dante helped me a lot. It just, I think for me now, everything is about trust. It just try to trust in myself, trust in the thing that I know I can do, and just go out there and have some fun.
In the past, we had seen some really long stretches where you were on like hot streaks and doing really, really well. Last year, that new plan you had, do you think that helped you kind of maintain that kind of throughout the season and not have kind of the peaks and valleys maybe that you had previously?
Obviously, yeah, because it was different, and in the past, I never had like that streak going well for more than 50 games. And that change that I made last year, I think that was the thing that helped me.
Cool. Thank you.
Go back to Shai.
Teddy, you had a strong finish to the 2019 season too. At the end there, were you doing some of the changes at the end of that season, or all the things that you were doing? Was it really just starting at spring training last year?
No, it started when I got sent down. That's when I changed everything in my approach, everything in my mentality, and how I think about my at-bats. When I got sent down to AAA, that's when I started working on my patient and tried to do a different plan, because I knew I have to change something, and I go for that and try to take more pitches, try to be more selective, and not be scared to strike him out. Call a strike trick, and strike him out, and I think that's when start, and since then everything go well.
Right. And you mentioned some of your plate discipline. One interesting thing looking at your numbers is that you swung at fewer pitches in the strike zone. So you were more selective on the strikes that were being thrown. Is that, I mean, you talked about sort of isolating your target areas, but also how were you tracking the ball differently maybe to be able to be more judicious in what you swung at in the zone?
First, I was looking for just one spot. Let's say if I go to face my first at bat, I just say I'm gonna go and think, getting the ball middle lane or middle away, and try to stay with it. If the ball is not there, not swinging, and I think that was the difference. That was the only thing that I do different last year at the end, and the year before that, the end too.
Right. All right. Thank you.
We'll go to Scott.
Hey, Teoscar, good to see you. Hope your off season was good. I guess when you look at your defense, obviously that was a topic a couple years ago. You seem to make major strides last year. Do you feel like you have something to prove in terms of continuing that evolution into a good defensive outfielder?
I mean, I don't think I have anything to prove. I just think I just need to get better and try to make plays. The regular plays that have to be made, those are the ones that I have to make, and obviously the hardest one, try 100% to try to cut it off. But I'm just gonna try to put my 100% effort and try to be there for my team and my teammates.
Just looking at the numbers, and I know it's a really small sample size of only 15 games. Your numbers aren't great as the DH. Are you not comfortable in that role? Do you prefer not to DH? Does it take you out of the game mentally?
Honestly, I don't like it, but if this is the case and I'm gonna hit a lot of DH, I have to to figure it out and try to produce for my team and for myself.
Have you talked to anybody about how you kind of get that mindset to be able to DH and keep yourself in a game?
Not really, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna work on it.
Cool. Thank you.